If Tien became a demonic sorcerer is an extremely interesting and wild twist on the usual approaches that are taken for stories about focusing on Tenshinshan's growth amongst the Z fighters, and exploring his third eye in connection to the three-eyed people, who we know so little about, as well as connecting and balancing that connection with some of the ideas we learn from Daima, like the significance of third eyes to Demonkind and their culture and history. While on top of this, Tien has always been one of the most disciplined and spiritual characters in Dragon Ball, rooted deeply in his martial arts, meditation, and self-control. But turning him into a demonic sorcerer, or maybe even a warlock, would invert that somewhat though. He'd be channeling a forbidden energy, possibly to transcend his mortal limits, or to protect others from something far greater. And as a sorcerer, he would also therefore have the potential and power of a more notable ancestors and patrons to call on the abilities and wisdom of. Since for all we know, Tien's eye could be something as small as a signature phenotypical feature of a certain species. Or on the other hand, the third eye could be a literal mark of a very ancient demonic entity, maybe the ones who created the evil third eyes, and gave or made them for the original supreme demon kings, who Dabura's father was amongst the number of. Beyond this, magic and ki aren't the same in Dragon Ball, meaning this kind of change would also be opening up Tien to become a kind of mystic fighter, akin to Piccolo, capable of utilizing both magic and ki alongside martial arts, to achieve things along the lines we see Babidi or Moro do. This could also make Tien something like an unofficial demon king, or at least one of the strongest contenders for the throne, leading to earlier demon realm antics quite possibly. And on top of even that, this would also increase the effectiveness of Tien's support for his friends, and bolster his defense of the planet Earth, likely allowing him to buff or help fighters like Chiatozu through magic or ki techniques, letting him do things like power his little buddy up into a hopping vampire or a zombie, in ways very similar to how we propose for undead Krillin, or maybe even studying the same things that characters like Gomah have in order to learn how to make his own evil third eyes, which could then be shared amongst allies to power them up as well. In the end, a demonic sorcerer Tien could easily stand atop the power scales of the rivals he respects most, being considered neither saint nor demon, but something in between, with his third eye evolved to always blaze like a crimson sun, going even further beyond the power even Gomah or the other demon kings have achieved. I honestly do think it's a great idea for a Tien story. Having turned away from both gods and devils and walking his own path makes me really want to consider further.